Back in the airport and headed to Munich to find out, can you go to Munich on the spur of the moment during Oktoberfest with no reservations and still have a good time? Well, let's find out. No reservations. Well, I made it to Munich. It's raining. I'll have a hotel room in about an hour, or so I'm told. Pulled out some cash, looking for some dinner. My hotel room is literally feet from the entrance of Oktoberfest. Should be good. All right, so behind me is the gate, if I can find it, for the entrance to Oktoberfest. Be going in there tomorrow. You can hear behind me the parade just left there. It's heading into the grounds, and I will be heading into the gate to see if I can get a spot at the tent and viewing of the keg tapping. Chances are low. No reservations. No reservations. Like getting there early, found out all the tables were reserved or taken, but I found a great standing room spot with a great view of the keg until everybody stood up for the keg tapping. Just like that, Oktoberfest was officially started. But I was ready for some rest, so I decided to come back tomorrow. After visiting downtown Munich, went back into the Wiesn just to kill some time until a friend would arrive later.
I have a ticket. I'm doing that. I think this is nuts.
Next day, with my friend in town, we headed into the Wiesn so that we could get one of the smaller tents that was rumored to have great food. As you can see, it was no problem. After lunch, we visited some of the larger tents just to see what they were like. As you can see, it was starting to get a little bit more crowded, but you could still find a table if you wanted one. If you want to know more about these specific tents and what food is served at different tents, watch the shorts that we've created and posted on this channel. Next day, we decided to start off in one of the larger tents. All right, so 10:30 on a Monday, this is what it looks like. I'm going to say you can get a table in a tent without a reservation. As a matter of fact, I'm right next to the tent. So, and this is the Augustiner tent, which is one of the more popular ones. So no reservation needed. Anthony Bourdain style. Next, we headed over to a small tent known for its great lunch, specifically duck. Okay, now at the coffer, inside, really neat half-hour reservation. Outside, good to go. After lunch, we went and visited a number of the large tents, and we found that we could still find tables and get a beer if we wanted. However, it was getting more and more crowded, and by the evening, it was about as crowded as you can imagine. The next morning, when heading over to the Wiesn, I couldn't help but notice the addition of this RV on the street side. It would stay here for several days. Now that's the way to attend the Wiesn without a reservation. Once again, we were able to get a table inside a tent, if you call them tents, with no reservation, as long as you showed up early enough in the day. Once again, we made our way to one of the smaller tents, rumored to have great food. Keep in mind, every one of these structures comes down after Wiesn is over. Well, after a good meal, what's better than dessert? So we made our way over to a tent that is specifically catering to desserts and treats. This tent was actually very crowded, but you could get a table if you wanted one. Time it was dark, all the tents were pretty full, some standing room only. but you could still get a table as long as it was just 1 or 2 people. If you had a larger group, you'd probably be out of luck. Next morning, we made our way to a very popular tent with the locals, known for its fish. We tried to go the night before, but it was standing room only. But when we got there in the morning, it was wide open. Then we made our way back to the Hofbrau. Not only a favorite with tourists, but the largest tent at all of Wiesn. Unique thing about the Hofbrau? Standing room beers. Friends last night in town, so we headed over to our favorite tent, the Augustiner, to spend our evening. Now in the evening, you're not going to get a spot to yourself, but this is a great way to meet new people. Next day, on my own again, I visited a number of the tents, so I could say that I had visited all the tents at Oktoberfest. And I'll say, while some were starting to get pretty busy, you could still find a table in every tent. And yes, for those that really aren't beer drinkers and prefer wine, this tent here is dedicated to the wine drinkers. And for our subscribers that prefer our RV content, here's another RV we found sitting outside the Wiesn. So all things equal, after this week, I think I can definitely say you can come to Oktoberfest with no reservations. All I think you have to do is try to go a little earlier and get a table. Really not a problem. Thanks for sticking with us and watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.